looking for a win. It's the Saints coming in at 3-4, going up against the Falcons, who come in at 5-2. With that, let's get you out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 9 matchup.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Tonight, we start Week 9 with a prime-time matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And his throw here's incomplete. Ten yards still left on second down.
All right, here we go. No. Check. Patriot.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
This is taken at about the 14. Oh, the spin. Well, nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And it'll be Falcon football as they take possession. They come out here in the eye. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
All right, partner, despite my eating habits, I'm not big enough to play offensive tackle, nor am I quick enough. But with the defensive ends nowadays and their speed, those guys have to be able to punch and dance, and it's a tough job to contain them.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. All week in practice, they stress grounding, pounding the football, and they really executed it well there to get the first down.
That usually means getting back to being physical in practice, because when you emphasize pounding the football, it doesn't really come together unless you practice it the same way you're going to play it in the game. So that means more bodies, more pads, and a whole lot of popping last week, and they got it done in the game.
Second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now they go screen, it's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So they get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I've yet to meet a wide receiver who likes to block more than catching the football, but the best ones understand that that's how they'll actually get more passes thrown to them if they help in the run game. And anytime you get a run of that yardage, that means the wide receivers did help. They get down to what a lot of people call the second level, the linebackers, or the third level where the defensive backs are, and they get out in front and put their bodies out there and create more space for their runners to gain the yardage.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on third on the field.
Could they blitz?
Looking to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. From the left hash, this from 39. And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a second and short yardage to start things out.
Let's go! Green!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So just 1 yard to go here on third down. They come up in an offset eye. And they'll go on the ground. Are you kidding me? And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. The other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on 3rd down after that sack.
Let's go. Watch him now, Barney.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. And here now come the Falcons. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there, we've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out? And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets this one up just shy of the 35 to the 34.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches. And
he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front, because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Pardon the into the 2nd quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do, because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone to the chalk of the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless 1st half. We're back to New Orleans after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with Larry Ridley for highlights and analysis of our 1st half of play. Now, not too many highlights yet, at least in terms of scoring plays, that is.
Yeah, but hang in there. We might get something these last 2 minutes.
No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game? His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Falcons are in for 6. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. And they're going to speed things up here. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They get to him for a loss of 4. And it brings up 3rd down on the sack. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a 1st down. They're just 1 yard. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And he dropped it. Now it was tipped, altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it, and now 4th down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the 2nd quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the 1st half.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll throw now on the final play. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down as time. Hey, Charles, you need water. Jeez, Chuck, they cut off the halftime show again. Quicker than anticipated, ready for the start of the 2nd half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out come the Falcons now. And last time, one-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play caller. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Second down following the run. Now they'll run it on the toss. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And an alley to run. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
Well, it's 4th and short, and the defense loaded up the line in a goal line set. This is the danger you run, though. Once a running back...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. They come up in an offset eye. 1st and goal. They'll look to smash it in. Maybe a quarterback sneak here. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
And that play is when you probably get a little pushback from people. A toss near the goal line, I think they're fortunate that they only ended up with no gain and not a loss.
And the defense strung it out beautifully.
Normally you run more quick hit.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Not only touchdown number 2 for him, but a big run to boot. However, still trailing.
Still trailing, but not because of his efforts. Boy, he's playing really well, and I love his long speed there, right? Able to get out there and burst all the way to the end zone, and smart enough to keep the ball in his hands and get into the end zone for the touchdown. In 2016, on all levels of football, we're seeing guys drop it before the goal line. What's the rule, Brandon? Run into the goal post.
That's right.
Before you drop the ball. That. There you go.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they'll run it here. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help. When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
Surveying the field. Still back there. And that is incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Now this is fielded in the end zone. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
Might have been 1 man away from 6 points. As it stands, it's a huge return. The Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
He would have
Hayes?
kept it on the ground.
Now let's go, Bert. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over. Here we go now.
Play clock winding down. They're going to look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Their big tight end, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Extra point forthcoming.
It used to be that if you were a big wide receiver and the coaches wanted to make you a tight end, you resisted the move. Now it's almost a glamour position because they have the mismatch advantage. Are you going to cover them with a linebacker? They're probably faster. A defensive back? They're going to be bigger. Tight end is the new big-time position.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Fighting him off. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And nobody was open downfield there. Looked like a pretty clear throwaway.
Yeah, definitely was that. I'm wondering why there wasn't intentional grounding. I know they're saying there's a receiver there in the area. Those darn quarterbacks, they get away with everything.
Spoken like a true defensive back, Mr. Davis.
Did that come out?
It did.
Okay.
12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints defense getting ready here, heading back onto the field. They're trailing on the scoreboard. Now, they had to watch that last drive, then they come out here. Defensively, when you played, did you like being out there defensively to start the second half or wait to drive?
I wanted to be out there right away. Come out of the locker room, get right back into the flow of the game, because sometimes when you sat around, you liked it when your offense gave you a long drive, but it made it a little bit tougher to get out on the field.
It's the second drive here. We'll see how they respond. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Here we go.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll get nothing. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll come out in the pistol.
All right, here we go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Give him 23 yards on the pickup. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on fourth down.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line. He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. Red zone opportunity. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
But that certainly felt like an example of the defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game. They want to keep it going.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a third and long situation coming up. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
Let's go!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Saints will have the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it's a second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Let's go! Green, 39!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end.
Blue 90! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! No.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now back to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much.
and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll set up to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down. And looked like some movement there. Let's get the call.
False start, offense.
Second down, 9 yards to go. One receiver left, 3 to the right. They'll look to throw again. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. It looked like he might have had a window there, but the rhythm was just a little bit off.
It certainly was, because everything that has to come together to get a pass completed, yeah, you're right. The sync just wasn't there.
He's going to let it fly. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down.
I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And you just kind of get the sense that this team's been snake-bitten a little bit here. They just have not had anything go their way.
It's like they collectively walked under a ladder on their way into the stadium. What else could go wrong?
They go play action here on first down. On the move to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
As a general rule, when you take a deep shot downfield, it's usually a timing pattern. Quarterback in the pocket looking to hit his receiver downfield. But when he has to move outside of it, timing often gets thrown off.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. A big play on third down for the Falcons. 63 yards.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The 8. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
Whether they deserve credit or not, the defense is going to take credit for that incompletion because it always feels good when you slow down an offense.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot, how are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So for the Falcons, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face the Giants next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Carolina Panthers. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL.